Welcome back to the botany class. Dear students, in this session we are continuing chapter 1, asexual and sexual reproduction in plants, in which megasporogenesis. In the previous class we discussed types of ovules. The continuation of types of ovule, the next is megasporogenesis. What is called a megasporogenesis? Mega, large, spore. Genesis means formation. Here megaspore, it represents the large size female spore. The process of development of a megaspore from a megaspore mother cell is called megasporogenesis. The process of development of a megaspore from a megaspore mother cell is called megasporogenesis. How it is happening in plants? This is the development of ovule and embryo sac, which you are seeing as polygonal type. Let us start how it is takes place. How the megasporogenesis takes place. As the ovule develops, a single hypodermal cell, which you can see the nucellus tissue clearly. A single hypodermal cells in the nucellus start to become enlarged and function as archisporium. In some plants, the archisporial cells may directly function as megaspore mother cell. In some plants, these archisporial cell may develop directly function as megaspore mother cell. You can see one megaspore mother cell in this picture. The archisporial develop which is directly into megaspore mother cell. In some other plants, it may undergo some transverse division, so it forms outer primary parietal cell and a inner primary sporogenous cell. You may study the primary parietal cell, which is developed in anther. During the development of anther, these two words are explained to you. Outer primary parietal cell, which moves towards the epidermis, as well as the inner primary sporogenous cell is also formed. It moves towards the tapetum. Same here. The primary parietal cell, which forms outside, and inner sporogenous cell towards inside. The parietal cell may remain undivided, or sometimes it divide by few periclinal and anticlinal division. Embed the primary sporogenous cell in deep to the nucellus. So in a deeper region of the nucellus, the primary sporogenous cells are embedded after the periclinal and anticlinal divisions. You can see this picture in which primary archisporial cell is there. The primary archisporial cell which form outer primary parietal cell and primary sporogenous cell inner side, and the primary sporogenous cell which later develop into megaspore mother cell. Then the megaspore mother cell which gives megaspores as tetrad, and finally functional megaspore is formed. So we are continuing with this. The primary sporogenous cell which function as the megaspore mother cell. Normally megaspore mother cell which undergoes meiotic division, that is called reduction division, to form 4 haploid megaspores. So see the previous picture, diagram C. Megaspore mother cell is developed from the sporogenous cell. In the D diagram where you can see linearly arranged 4 megaspores. So what happened? The megaspore mother cell divide meiotically. Megaspore mother cell is a diploid cell which divides meiotically and finally it forms 4 haploid megaspores. Generally, megaspore is a haploid cell. In this 4 haploid megaspore, sometimes all the 4 in which the 3 will disintegrate, one will be developing as a functional megaspore. So out of 4 megaspores, only one which function as a megaspore. So out of 4 haploid megaspores, only one will become functional. Based on the number of megaspore that develop in the embryo sac, based on the number of megaspore that develop in the embryo sac, there are 3 basic types of embryo sac development is observed. They are monosporic embryo sac, bisporic embryo sac, and tetrasporic embryo sac. See this picture. In this picture, you can observe only one megaspore mother cell is there, which is diploid, undergoes meiotic division. Finally, it forms megaspore tetrad, which are all haploid. So, based on the number of megaspores that develop into embryo sac, we classify the embryo sac development into 3 types: monosporic embryo sac development, bisporic embryo sac development, and tetrasporic embryo sac development. Megaspores are usually arranged in the linear form. See this picture. 4 megaspores are arranged as linear called megaspore tetrad. So out of 4 megaspores, in which usually the chalazal one is the functional and other 3 megaspore will degenerate. So 4 megaspores are developing, in which only one become functional, it moves towards the chalasa. The functional megaspore forms the female gametophyte, are called as embryo sac. So the functional megaspore which forms female gametophyte. So which is the female gametophyte? Embryo sac is the female gametophyte. And ovulus which is called a megasporangium. Next, the functional megaspore which forms the female gametophyte or embryo sac, only one embryo sac. Hence, this type of development in embryo sac, only one embryo sac, is called monosporic embryo sac development. So, development of only one embryo sac from one functional megaspore is called as monosporic development. The very good example for monosporic development is Polygonum type. Sometimes 2 megaspores which involve in embryo sac development. Hence it is called bisporic embryo sac. Example, allium. All the megaspores which are involved in embryo sac development is called as tetrasporic embryo sac. It found in Peperomia. Dear student, Keep in mind that when an embryo sac is developed in a ovule, generally it is single embryo sac only. So it is called a monosporic embryo sac, we say. Monosporic embryo sac in which you can observe only one embryo sac is there, in which egg apparatus, secondary nucleus and antipodal cells are found in embryo sac. Let us continue development of monosporic embryo sac. You can observe how the embryo sac is developed from a single megaspore. Development of monosporic embryo sac, which is called a polygonum type. Various stages in embryo sac development and organization is the simplest one is said to be that monosporic type only. So the simplest type of monosporic embryo sac development which we are going to see. Let us start. The functional megaspore is considered to be the first cell of the embryo sac or the female gametophyte. The functional megaspore is the first cell of the embryo sac or female gametophyte. The megaspore elongates along with the micropylar and chalaza axis. When they elongate, the nucleus undergoes mitotic division followed by wall formation. Wall formation sometimes does not follow the nuclear division. You can observe this picture. A large central vacuole now appears between the two daughter nuclei. You can see this stage is said to be that two nucleate stage. A central large vacuole now appears between the two daughter nuclei. The vacuole expands and pushes the nuclei towards the opposite poles of the embryo sac. So what are the poles of embryo sac? On the top, where you can see the chalazal end, okay, and this end is called embryo sac. So you can see this is the chalazal end, this is the micropylar end. Both the nuclei divide mitotically, forming 4 nuclei at each pole. So each nuclei divide mitotically twice. So every time one nucleus is divided, it forms 2 nuclei. If the 2 nuclei further divide, it forms 4 nuclei. So the 2 nuclei present in the megaspore divide mitotically, which is forming 4 nuclei at each pole. So you can see the 4 nuclei at each pole. At this stage, all 8 nuclei are present in the common cytoplasm. After the last nuclear division, the cells undergoes further elongation and assumes like a sac. So due to the elongation of the cell, which makes sac-like appearance. In this condition, followed by cellular organization, So this is followed by cellular organization of embryo sac. Now there are 8 nuclei present, 4 in each pole of the embryo sac. Of the 4 nuclei in the micropellar end of the embryo sac, 3 which will be organized into egg apparatus, and the central mass of cell as the upper polar nucleus. So out of 4 nuclei, 3 organized into egg apparatus. The fourth one is left from the cytoplasm or left free in the cytoplasm of the central cell as upper polar nuclei. Similarly, where you can see out of 4 nuclei of the chala cell end, 3 of them are form antipodal cell, whereas the fourth one which function as lower polar nucleus. Finally, the micropellar end which has only 3 nuclei and chala end of the embryo sac which contain 3 nuclei. At the center of the cell, the 2 nuclei which are left free. Depending upon the plant, the 2 polar nuclei which may be remain free, sometimes it may fuse to form secondary nucleus. If they fuse to form, these 2 free nuclei or the 2 polar nuclei forms central nucleus. So you can see the micropellar end of the ovule in which egg apparatus is seen. Chala cell end you can see the antipodal and the 2 cells which are left in the cytoplasm free called as polar nuclei. So now you are seeing the monosporic embryo sac of polygonum type, in which this type of embryo sac, the egg apparatus is made up of a central cell which is called egg and 2 synergids. So the egg apparatus is made up of a central egg and 2 synergids, 1 synergid each on the side of the egg cell. What is the role of the synergids? Generally, synergids secretes chemotropic substance that help to attract the pollen tube. The special cellular thickening called filiform apparatus of the synergids helps in absorption, conduction of nutrients from the nucellus to embryo sac. And also, these structures helps to guide pollen tube into egg cell. Thus, 7-cell embryo sac with nuclei is formed. So, finally, a monosporic embryo sac, which is called a polygonum type, was formed. I hope, children, this video will be helpful you to understand what is called megasporogenesis and development of monosporic embryo sac. Thank you.